Greetings and welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Gyesie, Shamanic Leadership Guide and Transformational Coach here at Inner Mileage, where we help folks transform, understand the trauma basis of limiting self-beliefs, and take active steps to live resonant lives here by taking inspired action. Today we're going to talk about narcissistic abuse and the hell realm, how empaths escape and ascend to their destiny in 2025 and beyond. So I'm going to start by saying that to be attacked or targeted by a narcissist is not proof of your brokenness, but it's proof of your light, right? Narcissistic abuse is not a relationship problem. It is a dimensional spell, and the kind of spell that binds your psyche, collapses your aura, distorts your identity, and traps you in the hell realm. But that realm is crumbling. And in 2025 and beyond, empaths must rise as spiritual architects, not survivors. So let's go in. Let's go all the way in. So narcissistic abuse, let's start with defining what that is, includes gaslighting, which is making you doubt your reality, love bombing, excessive unearned love, or overtures that seem like love, and then discard cycles that include devaluing you and disrespecting you and bullying you. And all of these erode a person's sense of self and replaces their inner compass with fear-based dependency. But that's just the surface, you see. In the fifth dimensional perspective, when we look at this, you see, narcissistic abuse is an energetic extraction ritual masquerading as love. It's a binding spell rooted in frequency inversion and a soul-level hijacking that reroutes your destiny. And in Gnostic traditions, the narcissist resembles an archon. And an archon is a false ruler who mimics light but cannot generate it. That's what a narcissist is, an archon. And as a result, because they need to project this light, they feed on those who can't generate that light, that inner compass, inner light, empathic light, and will do anything to remain in psychic, parasitic domination over the providers of this frequency. In Buddhist perspective, this is known as the Niraya realm, the hell realm, a state of existence marked by constant suffering, envy, and illusion. And this is perpetuated by karmic ignorance and attachment to false identity. In trauma neuroscience, Dr. Bessel van der Kolk affirms, trauma is not the story of something that happened. It's the residue living in your body. But what lives in your body after narcissistic abuse isn't just trauma, it's resonance with the abuser's frequency, which is a lingering parasitic kind of vibration. So how does this work? First of all, narcissistic abuse fractures. What it does is your brain's hippocampus, which is the memory center, and the amygdala are fractured. Then your intuition is also hijacked, and your auric field, or auric coherence, is also hijacked. You realize that the goal of a narcissist, consciously or unconsciously, is to collapse your sense of self so they can implant their control mechanisms into your nervous system. This is not love. This is astral colonization. So why does this matter in 2025 and beyond? Well, 2025 is the beginning of the collapse of the hell matrix. And the context we are in is the apocalypse of meaning. So think about the word apocalypse. Apocalypse comes from the Greek word apokalypsis, which means the revealing. So 2025 is not the end of the world, it's the end of the false worlds, which are illusions based on narcissistic frequencies such as domination, extraction, manipulation, and control. So to make a Christian reference, in the book of Revelations, the beast is not a single man, it's the system. And that system is rooted in spiritual narcissism and thrives in government, education, family, and religion. So how does the hell realm operate globally? It's simple. The hell realm isn't underground. It's embedded in algorithmic culture, whether it's value for performance. There's corporate narcissism, where productivity equals personhood. Relational dynamics, where love is weaponized for control. technological simulation where AI mimics empathy while society gaslights real feelers. And empaths, you are the sole frequency of the planet, but in this matrix, you are either targeted to be dimmed or tokenized to be used. So Dr. Gabor Mate calls this the toxic culture syndrome, where sensitivity is pathologized and performance is monetized. So when we go into the deep mechanics of the narcissistic hell realm, multidisciplinary perspective, this is a multi-spell hell realm with psychological, energetic, and spiritual components. So you think about cognitive dissonance, for example. Psychologically, when you go through this experience, you go through simultaneous love and harm. So your reality starts to split. And energetically, this creates open energetic circuits where narcissists siphon your power. The result is you live in a fog, disconnected from your intuition, constantly questioning yourself and replaying scenarios that are looped in shame. Then there's gaslighting, where psychologically you're made to doubt your memory, your emotions, and your instincts. And esoterically, gaslighting is an ancient inversion technique used in black magic to collapse your inner temple of truth and make you susceptible to external programming. So according to Carl Jung, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. Gaslighting projects their shadow onto your light, and then they call it yours. And of course, there's trauma bonding, because what happens is you stay because of the bond, not because of love. And in biology, trauma bonding is a dopamine cortisol loop. And in metaphysics, it's a karmic snare coded by false hope and the need to redeem your abuser. In occult law, for example, this is called the cord of sacrifice. It binds you not just to a person, but to your timeline, and timelines carry consequences, you see? So now that we've talked about all this, how do you break free? How do you break free? Well, if you want to learn more, book a free session at innermileage.com or send me a message at nana@innermileage.com or type transform in the comment section. But here's the good news. Every spell can be reversed. Every realm can be exited, and every false story can be rewritten. But you don't do it with force, you do it with frequency mastery, you see. So for example, when you talk about no contact versus no resonance, no contact removes the narcissist from your life, but no resonance removes the energetic script, the kind of entanglement and enmeshment possibility. You stop reacting the same, you stop identifying the same, you remove the hooks, and you do this by meditation, by polyvagal resets, or even sacred cord cutting. And of course, there's the consciousness shift where you go through a dimensional exit. Because in quantum mechanics, it's often said the observer affects the observed. So once you decide, I do not belong in this story, the story loses its anchor. This is dimensional quantum jumping, not through space, but through self-definition. And then there's the alchemy of the empath, where you rise by burning, purifying, and reclaiming. Burn the false self, purify the body and the nervous system, and reclaim your soul through embodiment and truth-telling. This is called smart Taiwi in some ways, or Hermetic yoga, which is the unification of the lower and higher selves, the real ascension. So you realize that to escape the hell realm is not just to heal, it's to become undevourable. So what does this mean for empaths in 2025 and beyond? Well, empaths are not here merely to feel. Empaths are here to transmute ancestral patterns, anchor new energetic architectures, and dismantle false gods, as well as model unconditional sovereignty. And in this time, empaths are being summoned to lead decentralized communities of healing and frequency work, build systems that harmonize energy, not extract from it, and call back soul fragments from past lives. So it's important to realize that to walk away is one thing, but to unhook from the energy is the real exodus. You are not built to be furniture in another person's illusion. You are the fire. You are the code breaker. The narcissist came to steal your light, but instead, you awakened. If this resonated with you, Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Remember to hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post new videos. And remember, there's absolutely no one like you.